All right, welcome back to the Tool World Podcast. I'm your host, David Jew, and I'm here with Master Jew.
Hello there, Mr. Jew.
Hello. All right, well, this week we had, we've gone to a couple tournaments here, some in-house, some local, and, in-house we're doing things with pen and paper and no electronics going. I mean, it's just like a little in-house tournament between the schools. And
really, because I'm too cheap to buy all those TVs.
Well, it's a lot easier to scratch things out with paper and have clickers and, you don't have the technical difficulties when you don't need them, right?
Yeah. So we're talking about electronic systems, right?
Okay. And is it good or bad for the sport? So why don't we start off with the scoreboard? And I guess this would be more of a sparring type of deal.
Okay, let's talk about the sparring. Because you also see it in patterns as well.
But I don't know, does the patterns matter as they all get input at the same time? And you see the score. You see the score. And
but
as
they go up, sometimes it changes. You can see all of a sudden, he's ahead. And then all of a sudden it changes. He lost. That
only happens once, and that's between each pattern. So,
That's true too.
So let's talk about sparring, because that can actually influence the way someone spars during the match. Right? So it's constantly changing.
First of all, I want to just kind of say something about the electronic scoring. I think it is cool. Technology is cool.
Right.
I mean, we have phones. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's getting better every year.
It is getting better.
10 years ago,
10 years ago, we didn't have a smartphone. Flip phone is what you had, right?
Yeah.
So, technology, I mean, Tesla, it's cool.
Yeah.
Right? In reality, is it functional? I mean, I would even say, a lot of people would say, even like a Tesla, which is cool.
Yeah.
They say, I don't think I want to drive that thing because it runs out of juice.
Well, that's funny, because our student the other day got picked up late, 15 minutes late, because he said his mom had to charge her car.
Yeah. And then, as a matter of fact, I was talking to another student, and they said, we really like our Tesla. And I said, do you use that to go along, to like Los Angeles? No, we always take our gas car. I was like, okay.
I don't know where our viewers are from, but in California, we have almost
a lot of
Teslas. Almost like, I want to say 50% of our students have like Teslas.
Well, it's a high percentage.
It's a very high percentage. So very high electric car.
It almost makes me want to have one.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, this isn't about Tesla. But what I would say is that it is cool, right? And we're discussing about some of the things about it. But almost every championships that are using electronic, something goes wrong. And what do we end up doing?
Back to paper.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, we've had issues such as Wi-Fi. Too many competitors on the
Wi-Fi.
Battery dying.
Disconnect.
I've had it where they had the bracketing was kind of wrong, or somebody scratched out, and so then the person that was running the front desk couldn't fix it because they didn't know how to work the system. They only had one guy there who built the system, and then he knew how to fix it, right?
So there's a lot of issues that are associated with it, but it is cool. And I think WT is even doing something even cooler, where it's all touch,
Well, I don't know. That's up for debate there,
is it?
Which I think we're going to get to.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
But let's talk about sparring. In ITF, and we have our usual 1, 2, 3 points, and it's electronic. So go ahead and give me your opinions on that.
I think it definitely alters the way competitors fight. In other words, when you don't have electronic and the coaches are trying to help them, they see the match a certain way. They think, you're definitely doing great, or you're not doing good, and they might coach them a certain way. Mm-hmm. But with the electronic system, you definitely know who's ahead and who's not. So if I know I'm ahead, do I back off and let them chase me around and not really engage because I want to preserve my points and win?
Right.
Or I see I'm behind, then I put the pressure on, right? And so it definitely alters the way I think people might fight.
Right.
Spar, I should say spar, right?
The way that one of the problems I see with people being able to see the score is that if you have somebody that's like a spectator and they're from a certain viewpoint,
Right.
right? And they a lot of times you see the competitor, they get a nice point in, but you can't see that from all four sides.
That's right.
And only one judge can see that.
That's right.
And the whole crowd goes, "Whoa, they got that point." And yet the score didn't change. The competitor looks at the screen and goes, What the heck? I nailed that guy. But the technique might have just been done where the other judges couldn't see it.
That's right.
And so now you have all these spectators who go, I think they should have won.
Right.
And was it just because of the angle you saw?
A lot of it, even without the scoring, the
Yes.
scoreboard, that's true. And so that also kind of brings up other things because as a center referee or the president of the ring, the jury president of the ring, might look at an umpire and go, well, why does that guy always score that way? But it might be because the umpire sees only a certain position.
Right.
And that's why you should have 4. But you might go, well, that umpire is he seems a little bit biased on certain teams or certain people or whatever. And maybe he is or maybe he isn't. Oh, well, hopefully that umpires are just they're impartial and go, yeah, that's what I saw. But umpires get replaced because of that too.
Yeah.
Because they go, well, no. But then could that be also a bias of the jury president feeling that a certain person or a certain group should have more points? Maybe. And so they put in different people, right? And then that's a possibility as well.
Right.
So you see that you can see those scoreboards and you can see what judges are doing, how they see things. But it shouldn't make a difference on the umpire how they judge. They should judge based on what they see, because certain angles they cannot see certain angles. If a person's back is towards me and you hear this thump in the front of them, you go, was that a point or not a point? Well, I couldn't see him because I really just saw the back of him. He could have blocked it, right?
Yeah.
And so I can't score that point. But the other guy in the other corner could see that and they should score that point,
Right.
right?
Right. Well, I think that's interesting because you have to, when you think about how do you set yourself up in the ring,
You gotta,
right? You got to position yourself so that guy over there, he could see it from there, and maybe that guy over here, he could see this kind of kick as well,
Right.
right? So just different possibilities to go through.
yeah, no, absolutely. And so I think when we help our students, we try to tell them, yeah, move around, make sure all the umpires get to see what's going on. Because if you're only one-dimensional, you always have one position, that umpire is not going to see that. Should we wrap that up there, Mr. Ju?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to
Send
me.
us a note.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think about electronic scoring.
Right. All right, don't forget to be safe,
Keep training.
and we'll see you guys next time.
Taekwon.